Hi guys, it's Cassie, and today I'm going to be talking about 7 luxury items that I own but wouldn't recommend for whatever reason. You know, maybe it's quality, maybe it's comfort, we're going to go into it. Guys, if you are new here, my name is Cassie, I'm a self-diagnosed luxury addict. I put out videos on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. So if you like luxury fashion, then you're probably going to love it here. So head down there, subscribe, turn on the bell, become a member of our luxury addicted family. When are we going to rehab? Never. Guys, are you ready? Let's go. So the first luxury item that I would not recommend is the Dior book tote in the leather, okay? Look, I did a whole video on why you shouldn't buy the book tote anyway. Not that you shouldn't buy the book tote, just that there's some things that you need to know, okay? Firstly, de la sag, okay? This leather is soft and it's a huge bag, so you're going to feel it, right? For me, this is a travel bag. And even with a bag organizer inside, there is still a lot of sag here, right? It's very soft leather, which is great to touch, but it doesn't mean that it's, you know, it doesn't really keep its shape. And that's part of the appeal of the book tote, you know, that very boxy, structured shape of it. That really carries a lot of the weight of the style of the bag, right? So number 1, de la sag. Number 2, also because the leather is soft, it means that scratches and all of this business over time, I mean, I can already see actually this corner is starting to have a little bit of wear. Yeah, the corners are starting to have some wear. And I really haven't used this a hell of a lot. Like I said, I really only use this for traveling. It's not like I've been hammering it day in, day out to get this kind of wear. So already there's some wear on the corners. Already, like, there's some scratches here and there, especially on the back. But there's also another weird thing that I've noticed with this bag, and the leather has bubbled, and I have no idea if that's to do with, like, the temperature of the room that it's in. Not that the room is particularly hot or cold, or temperatures that the bag has just generally been in. And I'm like, should this be happening? Why is this happening? Why are we in this situation? And that's just something that I really didn't expect with getting the leather version. So I would say if you're going to go for a Dior book tote, firstly, I think the small size is really going to do what you need it to do. But aside from that, I think the fabric is the best way to go. Luxury item number 2 that I would not recommend, and it is so easy to get sucked into buying these, because the delicious colours they keep bringing them out in, like, my gosh, like, even after the situation that I'm going to tell you, like, the downsides of this item, recently I've been on the website and I've been like, oh, but that colour is just like, oh my gosh, like an ombre, like, what? Okay, Louis Vuitton shawls. Here's the thing. I have 2 types for you here. I have like a monogram one. I think this is like a standard one, and then I have the shine shawl as well. Both of these have very similar issues. Again, these can be great for like travel, you know, like it gets a little chilly in the plains. Not that I remember what that feels like. Or like transitional seasons, spring, autumn, that kind of thing. They're really useful for that. Here's the thing. I don't know if I'm just very heavy-handed or I expect more of my things than they give me. This is very wrinkled. Let's not bring that up. It's got runs all over it. It's got little, can you see this? It's got pulls all over it. Runs throughout the shawl. I mean, it just ends up looking rather shoddy. You know, this is a luxury product. It costs a lot of money. I don't expect to be out here, like, you know, tending to it every couple of months. I mean, look at this. Look at this one here. We've got a party going on down here. My gosh. Even, like, do you have bracelets, rings, all of that business? This will catch. These will catch. Okay? It will find a way, let me tell you. The top you're wearing, does it have a zip? Does anything have a zip that has the ability to catch? Like, it's just too much to think about, you know? Luxury item number 3 that I would not recommend are the Amina Muaddi Gilda sandals. Okay, you know I love Amina Muaddi shoes in general. I love them. I know that, like, here and there I've seen people have quality shoes with her shoes. These are the only pair that I've personally experienced quality issues with. Personally, I would recommend any other style of Amina Muaddi's. But the Gilda sandals, Let me tell you why. It's all to do with the leather and the way that the crystals are placed. And I also don't know if this has improved with like recent drops and whatever. I mean, like, look at this. It's very like, you know, it's a very delicate leather. She's weak. She's a weakling. So already the kind of like foundations of the shoe are a little bit, we're delicate here, right? But the issue with these shoes is the way that these kind of Diamante tracks are placed. They really just seem to be sewn in with like a see-through thread of sorts, like a plastic thread. And as soon as that unravels, then you've just got these Diamante tracks just dangling. Look at what happens over time, and then over time, they just decide, sod it, I'm off, right? That's a crystal missing there, right? This, where the Diamantes are set in like claws, because as soon as like you walk and maybe like your feet hit each other, or you trip or something like that, it can knock the claws and then the crystals are out, or it starts to unravel or whatever, right? Whereas you're not going to have that issue where you see how these crystals are like glued in. These honestly have more staying power, and you wouldn't think so. You would think like, oh, the glue. No. These have more staying power than these ones that are set like this, right? So the Gilda style all seem to be set in this way. That is something to be aware of. I do not recommend the Gilda style, literally everything else. The fourth luxury item that I own but would not recommend are Chanel Diamante studs. Wow. Okay, these are notorious. And you know me, I love my costume jewellery. I just think that, I know a lot of people think, oh, well, you may as well just buy the real thing. But like, there's kind of a difference between me buying a chunky, thick costume jewellery chain for £1,000, and if I were to buy the real thing, it would be about 15,000. So, I kind of see the pros of costume jewellery. Personally, I love costume jewellery for those statement pieces. I'm not going to buy anything like tiny and delicate and whatever. Well, we'll get on to these. Within costume jewellery, there are some great pieces that are going to last you and everything else, and then there are some not so great pieces. These are the worst. Studs get worn a lot, numerous times a week. I used to wear stuff like this like every day, just because studs are easy and, you know, appropriate for work and school or whatever, right? And because they get used every day, those Diamantes are falling out left, right and centre. You take them to Chanel, provided that they want to help you, because sometimes they'll just be like, oh, it's wear and tear. But provided they want to help you, they'll be like, okay, yes, we can send it away, but we're going to have to send it to France. It'll be 6 weeks. 6 weeks to put a tiny Diamante into this, right? Ugh, it's just such an effort. It is not worth your time or your money to buy them to begin with, to be very honest with you. Luxury item number 5 that I own but would not recommend is an item that I love and would recommend to a certain extent. These are the Fenty anti-social sunglasses. Oh, so true. Speaks to my soul, just like anti-social. Hello, right? These. Now, first of all, RIP Fenty. They've been put on pause. I saw it coming, right? Nobody helped that brand. Anyway, now, I cannot seem to find the card that tells me exactly which number these are, but I do know it is either 0 or 1. And that means either very limited reduction of solar radiation or limited reduction of solar radiation. Either way, you don't buy these to shield your eyes from the sun, okay? You buy these I love these for an outfit where I wasn't going to wear a sunglass, but I just want to add a little something to a look, right? You can wear these inside and not look like a dick, in my opinion. Do not buy these if you are actually, you know, like going on holiday and wanting a pair of sunglasses, or actually looking to protect your delicate little eyeballs from the rays of the sun. Okay, these aren't the sunglasses for that, and I would not recommend them for that. However, I would recommend them just for like a cloudy day flex. I don't know. Next luxury item that I own but would not recommend. This is another Chanel item, and these are the Ballet flats. I feel like I have been lied to, because everyone in existence before I got these was like, oh my gosh, ballet flats, most comfortable thing in the world, the Chanel ballet flats. We know that these are a classic item. These are like, you know, foundation of the Chanel fashion house. I find these to be incredibly uncomfortable. Aside from the fact that these bits are eaten into my feet at any which angle, and I've given these a chance. Okay, it's not like I wore these, they hurt, and I didn't break them in, you know? I gave these a number of opportunities to show me what you're working with, and you didn't show me anything. That's solid, that. There's absolutely no cushion on the inside, and once again, you can get an insole and blah, blah, blah. But, like, you shouldn't need to be buying extras to make an item work for you, you know? I mean, she says and buys a bag organizer, you know, whatever. It's situations. It's, you know, situational. So, I have not had the best experience with Chanel ballet flats, and personally, I would not recommend them from my mouth. So there you go. My 7th luxury item that I would not recommend, well, this is the thing. I would recommend it to a certain extent. This is the Hermes Kelly compact pocket wallet. I think that's the right combination of those words. I do love this. But if you were to say to me, I'm looking for a wallet, this is not the one that I would say. Mainly because this is extortionately priced. This was £1,030 for essentially a large card holder. Right, you've got one area in a zip. Right, and let's be honest, nobody's using that. Maybe an odd business card. Who's giving me business cards these days? So that is why I wouldn't recommend it. However, do I like using it? Do I like it? Yes. It's fabulously well made and all of that. If you're looking to start your Birkin journey and you're trying to drop money here, there and everywhere in Hermes and any things that take your fancy, go off, sis. I feel you. But if you're willing to spend this amount of money and you don't mind and you like the quality and the aesthetic, go for it. I just think in the grand scheme of compact wallets, there's better choices, you know. Guys, let me know what you thought. Let me know of any luxury items you have but wouldn't recommend and why. I'm going to leave a link to another video here in case you haven't already seen it. Have an amazing morning, afternoon or evening wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.